I've been riding the new Triumph Speed Triple, which makes 140 horsepower. I found myself telling a mate that wasn't that much, that it wasn't that powerful before I went to the launch in Spain, and he said, that is a lot of power, mate. I realised that, of course, he's right. It's just that the super naked class has gone mad with stuff like BMW's S1000R making 160 horsepower. Presumably, there must have been a temptation for Triumph to chase that. I'm glad they didn't. Apart from the impracticality of combining superbike power with zero wind protection, the Speed Triple, its power just feels a bit more usable to me. It's got 5% more mid-range torque than the old one, according to Triumph. The new peak of 86.2 pounds-foot is the same as the S1000Rs, but it doesn't feel like it's everywhere in the range like it does on the BMW or the Ducati Monster 1200, for example. If you open the throttle in 6th at about 70 miles an hour on the Speed Triple R, it doesn't go mad. You have to change down for that, and I like it for that. It's got power and torque that I can more often make full use of, and a throttle that I can more frequently open. It encourages you and allows you to find the top end between corners, and it's not short of mid-range. On fast winding Spanish roads, it's flexible enough to leave in third and almost forget about changing gear. It's comfortable but compact. There's an impression as you ride it that you're directly over the front end. The steering feels light the moment the bike's moving. There are two versions, the S version, the Speed Triple S, and the higher spec Speed Triple R, which is the one we tested. Both have fully adjustable front and rear suspension, but the S has a shower shock and upside down fork, where the R uses Öhlins and has more carbon bits, like the front mudguard. It costs $11,500 on the road, while the S is $10,200. Both use Brembo M434 4-pot radial mounted calipers. They're designed to give moderate initial bite, so they're not too aggressive, for the sake of better control. During some track sessions at Califat, they were really powerful, but in a precise and progressive way. Probably the most significant update to the bike is to the electronics, with new ride-by-wire throttle bodies, traction control, switchable ABS, 5 riding modes and a slip assist clutch. The modes are rain, road, sport and track. Each offers the full 140 horsepower, but with a varying level of traction control and throttle response. So track, for example, obviously offers the most aggressive throttle response and lets the rear slide the most before stepping in to keep you the right way up. And it intervenes later with wheelies. Changing modes is easy with a single button on the left bar. The 5th riding mode is one you configure yourself, and the bike also has a slip assist clutch to lighten the lever and reduce rear wheel slide on aggressive downshifts. I still managed to accidentally slide it a bit with a clumsy downshift, but I felt so connected with what was going on that, if anything, that inspired confidence in the bike and tyres, which are grippy Pirelli Diablo Supercorsas. On Califat chicane and through the snaking S's, the Speed Triple could be slung about with near sports bike ease. Ground clearance is really good, so it kind of pushes you to chase lean angle. If you're disappointed about the lack of a quick shifter, you don't have to be too disappointed, because Triumph is offering one in its range of accessories for the Speed Triple, which also includes Arrow silencers. Up close, the styling, detail and quality of finish on the Speed Triple R is really nice, with details like machined aluminium handlebar clamp. The bar and mirrors look good, and they actually work as mirrors. I'm personally not so sure about the tiny LED indicators. They look a bit like something people did for their own bikes in the 90s. The Super Naked class spans a broad pricing landscape, from the £9,000 GSX-S 1000 to the $1,399 KTM Super Duke R. At 10.2 on the road or 11.5 for the R version, the Speed Triple is kind of bang in the middle, just like the S1000R at 10.350 or 11.750 for the Trip One with semi-active suspension. Now, if you favour brutish muscle, you're going to have the BMW, no doubt about it. If you want more flexibility, a kind of milder mannered, more everyday applicable mid-range, and a throttle that you can explore more often, I think it's going to be the Triumph.